The other guy didn't know where he went.
Not on the fence anymore, I'm with those guys.
Whatever you want to do. Name and address for the record.
All right. How you guys doing? I think all of you know who I am. My name's Daniel Rigo. I live here and reside in the city of Fall River and been a long-time resident. Mr. President, City Council, we are here tonight for what? For workers' rights. This is what we're here about, okay? To hold companies responsible for obeying the laws. And number one, as your constituent, putting Fall River rights first. Okay? We have a couple of gentlemen that just sat here tonight, okay, that represent companies that I go to on a daily basis, okay? And the number one thing that I see on these jobs that do not have responsible employer ordinances, exploitation of immigrant workers. That's what I see every single job that I go to, okay? And with a strong responsible employer ordinance, that minimizes that. It holds contractors responsible. And that should be one of the top priorities of the City Council. A second big priority should be Fall River rights first. Are there things that need to be worked out? Yes, there are. But to repeal this ordinance, okay, once and for all, I had a conversation with a good friend of mine, Councilor Brad Kilby, about this. Okay, maybe it was rushed too quickly. Maybe it was underestimated. But where were the ABC? Where was the merit at that point in time to come and put an REO in place to protect Fall River rights? No, you know who it was? It was the citizens who live in this city, such as myself, that is really strongly behind this ordinance, okay? It's something that we all need to take into consideration here. There are laws that are constantly being broke on a daily basis. Let's take the union and non-union. A union company does not allow the men to get robbed of their money on jobs, such as misclassification. If you're a carpenter, you're getting paid as a laborer. If you're an apprentice, you're not an apprentice, you're a laborer with no training. I would yet like to see one graduate from any one of the schools that the ABC says that they have, from the Gould School, one. I have not met one on any job. I'm an immigrant. I represent hardworking people here in the city of Fall River, okay? It's kind of premature to put all of this out on the table and repeal this thing once and for all, okay? I just feel that the City Council has an obligation to your constituents, first and foremost, the citizens of this city. Never mind about nobody else. Hold contractors responsible to employ your constituents. That should be your top priority. What's in the welfare of every single citizen here of this city that come crying. And if this ordinance does get repealed, and the young men and women that I interview at BMC Durfee High School every year, the young men and women that I interview from Diamond Vocational High School every year, and the kids that are trying to survive from youth build that you are associated with. Explain to them why they can't work on the project because a New Hampshire drywall company that is signed with the ABC is on the job, exploiting immigrant workers. There's evidence of this. The Attorney General is sick and tired of taking these companies and fining them. Just on the Abe Lincoln Elementary School, 6 different companies with different violations, one in particular with state and federal violations. This should be the top priority of my city council here in the city of Fall River. I ask all of you to take everything into consideration. Don't make no harsh judgments. Take it upon yourselves. Maybe you need to talk it amongst yourselves a little bit further and say, what makes sense here? Who are we putting first here? Are we putting contractors? Are we putting the union? Are we putting the non-union? Absolutely not. Responsible employer ordinance are key to holding responsible contractors to doing their due diligence on the job and holding them, the contractors that do not abide by the laws, hold them responsible, and you have that power today. It takes a lot for me to come up here and address you people, okay? My city council, I believe every single one of you love this city. I went to school with Brad, I went to school with Joe. I know you all very well. Councilor Pereira, Eric, everybody here. Fall River rights first. Fall River rights first, nobody else, okay? And if we have to tweak the language, then let's tweak the language according to the laws. And with that, I have nothing else to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Regular city council meeting will begin in 5 minutes.
The Committee on Ordinances and Legislation at a meeting held on August 3rd voted 4 yeas and 1 abstention to recommend the accompanying proposed ordinance, accompanied by an emergency preamble, be passed through first reading, second reading, passed to be enrolled, and passed to be ordained with Councilor Pelletier abstaining.
Motion to adopt emergency preamble.
Second.
Made and seconded. On the motion, Council seat 8, Council Pullen.
Yes, to the president, to the clerk, which, is this number 9?
Yes.
Number 9, emergency preamble.
Okay. Could I speak on that?
You may, Council, yes, ma'am. You have the floor.
This is the repeal of the REO.
Yes, Council.
I have a particular issue with the emergency preamble to rush it through all the readings. Both sides have indicated a willingness at this point to compromise. There is an October 1st date that I think both sides have mentioned. And I would prefer that we look in September and see where both sides are at. So I would hesitate to put it through all of the readings at this time. I wouldn't be voting for the emergency preamble. With that, I yield.
Thank you, Council. Motion is made and seconded. Roll call.
On adoption of the emergency preamble, Councilors Bigelow,
Yes.
Casey,
Yes.
Kilby,
Yes.
Lund,
Yes.
Mitchell,
No.
Pelletier,
Abstain.
Pereira,
No.
Poulin,
Object.
Madam Clerk, didn't this come before us before?
I'm sorry,
Is this new? An objection in motion here?
an objection is, he can object to the
Yep.
emergency preamble.
This the
The
first
next
time
item
before us?
before you is this is the first time before you, this is new. This was tabled in committee. This is a new ordinance to repeal the previous ordinance that's on the books.
Okay.
Okay.
So the item before you now is the ordinance itself.
Emergency preamble.
Is there a motion to adopt the ordinance?
Motion.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. On the motion, Council seat 8, Council Pullen.
No, I just, again, I can count, I think that the repeal is going to go through, but I think I articulated my position with regard to the emergency preamble. So with that, I yield.
Thank you, Councilor.
But no, if it goes through.
Council seat 1, Council Bigelow.
Yes, I just want to say something.
make a motion.
I didn't realize we were on that one at that time. I am for, I wanted to be with Mr. Poulin on that and look at the emergency preamble. I don't believe in the emergency preamble. I believe they have time to talk and do that. I don't know if we can do that.
It is objected to, Councilor. There is
Okay,
no
all right,
emergency
thank
preamble.
you.
Do you yield, Councilor?
Yes, I do.
Madam Clerk?
Mr. President?
Council, hold on.
Just one more technical question. An emergency preamble requires 6 votes, Madam Clerk?
Yes.
It does.
Okay, so if Mr. Bigelow, there would not have been the votes for that anyway. Okay, thank you.
That's right.
I yield.
Motion has been made and seconded to,
Get rid of the
Is it
To
emergency
adopt
council
preamble.
the-
wish to pass
order.
through first reading?
roll call.
First reading, yes.
The council indicated adoption, it's an ordinance, it
That's right.
requires first reading. Is that the council's wish?
Yes.
This is to repeal it, correct? Go
Correct.
through,
Yes.
but only go through one reading.
One reading.
Yes.
On passage through first reading, Councilors Bigelow,
Yes.
Casey,
Yes.
Kilby,
Yes.
Lund,
Yes.
Mitchell,
Yes.
Pelletier,
Abstain.
Pereira,
No.
Poulin,
No?
and President Kamara.
Yes. Council in seat 7, Council Vice President Pereira.
Yeah, I think that we had both parties up here
The
saying,
item's done, Counselor. There's
Okay,
no
go ahead.
discussion, motion, the item's been voted on, and it is
Okay.
now history.